Join us at Women of Courage and celebrate the achievements of women.
The Women of Courage show broadcasts on WHPR Channel 88.1 FM every Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. and every Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. Please remember, if you're not in your car or near a radio when we broadcast, we can be seen and heard on your computer if you go to TV33WHPR.com. Again, TV33WHPR.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on the link WHPR 88.1 FM and listen to the show. We can also be heard on your phone if you download the app WHPR TV Detroit Live. Or you can listen to us on Roku at WHPR TV Detroit Live 88.1 FM. If you miss any of our broadcasts, you can visit our archive and listen to that broadcast on our YouTube channel, Touched by the Light Publishing. If you want to discuss any of the topics of my shows, you can email womenofcourage@murderedvoices@gmail.com. Thank you. And don't forget to visit our website at touchedbythelight.us for a book to read.
Are you ready to make the most important step towards realizing your deepest life aspirations and dreams of becoming an aspiring, courageous woman? If you are truly feeling prepared to learn all you could possibly need to know in order to set up your life for success and understand how to avoid the common mistakes that present the pitfall of most, even the grandest dreams and ambitions, while getting on the fast track towards building a powerful, lasting, and successful character, personality, and life, you are in the right place. With Women of Courage, we pride ourselves on providing ambitious, aspiring ladies with the ultimate, most comprehensive, one-stop source of invaluable knowledge designed with one single purpose: empowering you to officially start on your way to absolute success and successfully building your life the way you want it to be. Please watch the intro video. Touched by the Light Publishing is a leader in the world of books. We create meaningful moments for our readers by producing inspirational books to inspire people to go beyond what they have imagined for themselves and to go beyond what other people have prophesied into their lives. We believe men and women should dream. It is dreams that carry all of us into the future. When you stop dreaming, you have given up on life and the possibilities of what change can bring. Please watch our video. Are you ready to make the most important step towards realizing your deepest life aspirations and dreams of becoming an aspiring, courageous woman? If you are truly feeling prepared to learn all you could possibly need to know in order to set up your life for success and understand how to avoid the common mistakes that present the pitfall of most, even the grandest dreams and ambitions, while getting on the fast track towards building a powerful, lasting, and successful character, personality, and life, you are in the right place. With Women of Courage, we pride ourselves on providing ambitious, aspiring ladies with the ultimate, most comprehensive, one-stop source of invaluable knowledge designed with one single purpose: empowering you to efficiently start on your way to absolute success and successfully building your life the way you want it to be. Please watch the intro video.
Yeah, from time immemorial, women play a key role both in the family, society, and the nation at large. These women are featured on the book cover because they, among many others, have paid the sacrifice of getting to the top and affect the society positively.
So, what are the attributes you like most about these women? Over to you, Stephanie.
One of the key attributes of this woman that made them to not be just a woman, but a woman of courage, is in their act of sacrifice. Like I said, there are not traffic jams on the extra mile, because only a few go the extra mile. And that is just true about this woman. Women of courage go the extra mile to achieve their purpose and affect their world.
Wow, that is interesting. So, can you just tell us a few things about these women of courage? Jenny.
Yes, there are 12 women featured on the front cover of the book. Mother Teresa, a humanitarian. Ellen Johnson, Sierra Leaf President, Liberia. Iris Chang, American Chinese author. Hypatia, Greek scientist. Aung San Suu Kyi, politician, Myanmar. Eleanor Roosevelt, First Lady. Dowager Empress Qi Zi, Empress of China. Benazir Bhutto, Prime Minister, Pakistan. Margaret Thatcher, Prime Minister, England. Condoleezza Rice, Secretary of State. Rosa Parks, civil rights activist, and Tei Satoya, Japanese Olympian.
And how many women were talked about in the book?
We discuss more than 700 women in the book. Here are a few women we discuss in the book. Rosa Parks is mentioned in the book. The no of Rosa Parks had a significant impact. She was speaking against what had happened to her people who had gone before her, and she was speaking for the rights of her people who would come after her. Also, we discuss women responsible for the passage of the 19th Amendment. Women like Alice Paul, Ms. Paul, Lucy Burns, and several other women were responsible who stood by their no and made the passage of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in 1920. No small accomplishment.
Yeah, Jenny. Women like Alice Paul and Lucy, as discussed in the book, organized the Silent Sentinels, a group of women organized to protest for women's suffrage, in front of the White House during Woodrow Wilson's presidency.
Well, I must say, these women were great women of history. Indeed, women of courage. So, how has this book affected you personally, Jenny?
While I personally have gone through a lot of struggles, panic attacks, and rejection, I went for a musical contest and was rejected several times.
Wow, this is getting more interesting. So tell us, how did you overcome all these struggles and still get to this height in life as an award-winning music artist?
Well, I will say never give up. Life is never a destination but a journey, and only the courageous can travel far. There are times when you may have to fight a battle more than once to win it, and the act of fighting to win is what builds courage and makes us the courageous women that we become. I have found myself reading this book over and over again, and each time I do that, I get something new, something inspirational that has kept me going. I must say, these women are awesome.
Yeah, you see where Gloria talked about women that were imprisoned and came back to be head of states? I'm so inspired. Some of these women went through pure torture and still became trailblazers. I love reading about how they escaped kidnapping and other dangers.
Wow, this is all good. So, Jenny, what are the takeaways from this book?
Yes, there are 5 key takeaways from the Women of Courage.
Okay, so can you get us information about it?
Like I said, there are 5 key takeaways from the Women of Courage. As a way of enlightening you on what to expect from the book, we have highlighted below 5 of the top takeaways from the book. 1. Women are vital to the nation's growth. Many nations still dwell in poverty, not because there isn't resources to work with, but because most of these countries have neglected their vital key to prosperity, the women. This has brought the shortage of women contribution to the nation's economy. Former President Barack Obama recognized this, and by signing the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, he was able to speed up the recovery of America from the recession. 2. Domestic violence is a symptom, not a problem. There is a wrong notion that domestic violence is one of the biggest problems in America. No, that is not true. The primary reason why it is tagged a problem is only meant to shy women away from the real cause and appropriate solutions. 3. Violence against women is America's greatest health problem. The most significant health problem our nation has is not cancer, neither is it HIV. Instead, it is the endless violence against women and children. Women are the backbones of their families. When they are abused or murdered, their families don't remain the same. And when families are destabilized, what do you think will become of their offspring? The majority will end up in foster homes, where they will grow up to be poor, uneducated, and likely end up in prisons. 4. Women have the power to reduce violence against women. While it is unarguable that men are the ones to be blamed for the violence against women, the reality is that nothing can be done significantly about this menace without the women. Women have the power to cause as much as a 30% reduction in the violence against women. However, this will only be possible if all women for once put behind their differences and accept the responsibility to do something about this problem as a group and not individually. In the Women of Courage, you will learn 39 ways by which women can help reduce the violence against women. 5. Reading is a necessity. The last but not least on this list is in women's readability. One of the major problems of women in America is the poor reading culture. A lot of women don't read. Many others that do don't read enough. Reading has enormous power in our lives in diverse ways. In fact, to survive as a woman in this man-centered society, you need to read as many books as you can. Not reading means you have accepted to be isolated. And like Joseph Brodsky said, there are worse crimes than burning books. One of them is not reading them. The Women of Courage offers you the perfect opportunity to expand your knowledge and become a better and more courageous woman.
I must confess, this book is a must-read for every woman. And I see myself reading Women of Courage already. I also need to be a woman of courage too.
Of course, we all need to be one. And the secret lies in this inspired book.
Yeah, you can say that again, Steph.
All right, Jenny and Steph, before we call it a day, I would like you to tell the audience why Women of Courage is a must-read for everyone.
This book is a must-read for any woman. It will help you see how women have been portrayed throughout history and how we have been second-class citizens for so long. You will look back and see things in a different perspective and see how these views and ideals are still affecting women across the world today. It highlights the struggles women face today with employment and how we had to fight for our right to gain employment and work alongside men.
You see, most times I ask, why are women and daughters still sold as if they are owned by men? Why should women accept society's notion that marriage, raising children, and keeping a home is the only place for them? Why can women not do the same jobs as men and receive the same pay scale? Gloria believes all women should be able to do whatever they want, pursue any dream they wish regardless of age, status, or background. She uses other ordinary women's struggles and strengths to help ignite something deep inside and spur you on to reach your true potential. If you want to take back charge of your life or change it, then this is the book for you.
Stephanie, do you have anything else to add to this?
To add to what Jenny just said, the book Women of Courage was written as a means of proffering detailed answers to the questions Jenny just asked and much more. In this book, you will read about how females of different ages, statuses, and colors took courage to live exemplary lives, even though most of them were of humble background. Most of the book talks about the life travels of over 700 women who display courage in actualizing not only their dreams and ensuring that women are recognized in America. You will read of how Rosa Parks and other women stood up for the liberation of Black women. You will also learn about how Miss Paul, Lucy Burns, and several other women ensured the passage of the famous 19th Amendment. You will also read about how different women had to go through trauma and agony to fight for justice. The Women of Courage aims to inspire every woman, regardless of age, color, or status, of the need to rise and fight for our rights. Most importantly, the book seeks to expand our understanding of the violence against women and children in America and all over the world, as well as how to put an end to it, once and for all. By reading the 500-page book, you will be correcting the notion that women are poor readers. And like Rufus Choate, 1799 to 1859, said, "Happy is he who is laid up in his youth and held fast in all fortune, a genuine and passionate love of reading."
I am convinced, beyond every reasonable doubt, that the book Women of Courage is just outright on time, and any woman who chooses to change the tide for good for herself and the generation to come should lay hands on a copy of The Women of Courage. So I think this book should be readily available for readers to get. Can't wait to get a copy of this exciting and inspired publication of Women of Courage by Gloria Lee. Visit www.womenofcourage.com or love to be part of your success story as you begin the journey of becoming a woman of courage that you are meant to be.
I am going to pause for a second to take a short break while you listen to information regarding willpower and encouragement. It is all a matter of learning new behaviors. And please remember, it is easier to build strong minds than to repair injured people. What I said is a modification of a quote by Frederick Douglass. He said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." Now,
Dear listeners, help us save a life. Stop breast cancer from taking lives. Will you assist us in putting the booklet, Black Women and Breast Cancer, into the hands of 1 million people? Please go to the website touchedbythelight.us and download the booklet, Black Women and Breast Cancer. Then email this booklet to 5 family members and friends, asking them to email the booklet to 5 of their friends. We're trying to reach 1 million women with this information to save lives. The death of 1 woman to breast cancer from our community is 1 woman too many. We thank you for your support.
if you need or want a blessing from God, then donate to the St. Jude's Research Hospital. You can find their address on the internet. Remember, 1 in 5 children who have cancer in this country do not make it. Cancer among children does not discriminate. Children from all ages, religions, and color can contract cancer. I do not care if you send them $5 a month. St. Jude's Research Hospital is the best ground to plant your seed for a blessing. Many of you may not make a lot of money and find it difficult to make ends meet every week. So give what you can each month. Remember, these are God's children who are suffering. Working together, we can end this suffering. Remember, it is our duty to help the infirm, the elderly, and children. Every month, send the St. Jude's Research Hospital something. Their address is 262 Danny Thomas Place, Memphis, Tennessee 38105. Thank you. If your vagina isn't working for you and you have a house filled with children and no husband, then you need to change. You need to start reading to learn how to win at life. You will learn a woman should never be without money. If you have to choose between eating and spending your last dollar, you need to drink water. Never spend your last dollar. Drink water. Learn that you can gain freedom through reading and writing. Power can be black or green. Take care of yourself first. Otherwise, you will not be able to take care of anyone else. You need to visit the website touchedbythelight.us to read inspirational articles and to watch inspirational videos. These articles and videos can lead you out of the darkness. You must read. You can no longer keep conducting your life based on information that you learned 10, 15, or 20 years ago. Stop relying on what your friends have to say and their opinions. Read and get the facts and take control of your life. If you cannot read or you have a problem reading, find someone at the library that can help you. Stop wasting your life away by drinking alcohol and smoking marijuana just because you feel bad.
Why you should read Women of Courage. The book will inspire you to begin your life again. Read how females took courage to live exemplary lives, even though most were from humble backgrounds. The books teach the importance of courage in achieving the great things of life. The books motivate you to look beyond those things you think you couldn't do. The books give you the insight into your innate abilities that your fears have suppressed. There is no greater feeling than creating a new you. Do you really want to know why you should purchase the series Women of Courage? You should purchase the series because you will learn something. You will learn something that will save your life. You will learn something that will help you with your family. You will learn something that will help you at work. Think of it this way. What if you could turn your life around by reading a book? Would you read it? What if you could be the woman you imagine yourself to be? Would you try to be that woman? This becomes possible. When you read this series, Women of Courage. The book serves as inspiration, guidance, motivation, and most of all, as a blueprint for the incredible potential that women have if they want to become doctors, police officers, politicians, authors, firemen, or the chief of your tribe. How about this? Are you trying to decide who you want to be? Maybe Women of Courage can help. Have you considered the life of Bette Davis? She was an American actress. What about Gail A. Cobb? She wanted to be a police officer. How about Martha Lane Collins? Do you know her? She is an American politician who was elected governor of the state of Kentucky. She is the first woman and only woman to date to hold that position. Before you make your final decision as to who you want to be, maybe you should read the series Women of Courage. Women of Courage describes the lives of more than 700 successful women. The books will be a great help to you in deciding who you want to be. Here are a few more questions for you. Are you ready to transform your life? Are you ready to take the important step towards realizing your dreams? Are you ready to take control of your life? Are you ready to join the thousands of women managing their lives for the better? After reading the series Women of Courage, maybe you should purchase the series Women of Courage today and become the woman you've always wanted to be. Let us take another point of view. Are you downcast emotionally and psychologically broken? Do you still find it difficult realizing your deepest life aspiration and fulfilling your dreams of ever becoming that courageous woman you've wanted? Have you ever been treated as lesser being to a man? Do you still wonder why so many women have been abandoned of greater leadership positions even after their immense contribution? Of a truth, there is no joke that has become so rampant in our civilized world of today. Now is the time to change this great inhumanity with the book title Women of Courage Part 2. No matter your age, status, and color, you can never be deterred to live a self-fulfilled and productive life, breaking every barrier to exceed all expectations. Proving to the world that we are full of strength and boldness. Avoiding mistakes that most women make. Teaches you the right education and job to undertake regardless of age to compete with the male folks. Don't you think this is possible? Of course it is. In Women of Courage, you will learn that day is now. Women of Courage said all the days that you promised yourself change. That day is now. The day that you are going to ride a horse. That day is now. That's right. That day is now. The day that you are going to learn to play the piano. That day is now. That's right. That day is now. The day you learn to fly an airplane. That day is now. That's right. That day is now. The day you learn to play a guitar. That day is now. That's right. That day is now. The day you are going to take a helicopter ride. That day is now. The day you are going mountain climbing. That day is now. That day is now. The day to take control of your life. That day is now. That day is now. The day you climb that mountain, that day is now. The day you learn to ski, that day is now. Keep repeating this phrase to yourself. That day is now. Put a note on your refrigerator. That day is now. Put a note in your car. That day is now. Put a note on your mirror. That day is now. Now, walk into your future with change on your lips.
We live in a society that has created an impression that a woman is limited in what she can do. The society lets you see yourself as a weaker human who should not aspire to greater things. Most of us grew up with that mentality and thus turned out to be unambitious. Good news is there are lots of women out there just like you who have turned their lives around dramatically. There's one underlying factor common to all these women: courage. They were courageous in the face of societal intimidation. They were courageous enough to move against societal norms that were unacceptable to them. They were courageous when it mattered most, thus writing their names in the sands of time. Reading the series Women of Courage is a good place to learn about the significant role courage plays in achieving great things in life.
Oftentimes, fear is defined as fantasized experiences appearing real. We all fear something. It could be doing what's never been done, or being scared for no just cause. These fears hold us down and create a fantasized, albeit unreal, experience. If you must move ahead in life, you must stand up to your fear. If you must be successful, you must pull through the unreal experiences that fear has created in you. And trust me, you need a good dose of courage to do exactly that. With courage, there's no stopping you. How can you summon the courage to face your fears? As a woman, you're amazing and you have great capabilities. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. How then can you maximize these great capabilities? As you'll find out in the series Women of Courage, the women we wrote about succeeded against all odds simply by standing up for themselves. Just like them, you can make your life count too.
Every year, thousands of books are written on how to achieve our dreams, how to live a happier life, or make a lot of money. Yet, the number of people living unhappy lives keeps going up. People living a life of uncertainty, a life of despair. What could be the problem? Were the books lying about these promises, or were people not practicing what they read? You see, the truth is that most times we know exactly what we want out of life, and we often know how to get there. So what is the missing link? It's the courage to take that first step, to go from where we are right now to the life of freedom and fulfillment we so much desire. We must first leave our comfort zone, and it takes courage to make that move. And that is exactly where all those books failed. They tell you what you should do, but can't get you to take that first step. A wise man once said, "Without courage, you can't leave your comfort zone. If you don't leave your comfort zone, you can't grow. If you can't grow, you can't be your best. And if you can't be your best, you can't be happy." The day that you actually ski, that day is now. Keep repeating this phrase to yourself. That day is now. The day you learn to ride a horse, that day is now. When you learn to fly a plane, that day is now. The day you lose weight, that day is now. The day you return to school, that day is now. The day you learn to be a pastry chef, that day is now. You have 13 days to make a difference in your life. What are you going to do? In Women of Courage, you learn it's not too late to try something new, to seek your dream. In Women of Courage, you will learn you can win. Success is at hand. This is the day you fly the plane. This is the day you ride a horse. This is the day you take that helicopter ride. This is the day you go mountain climbing. This is the day you learn to ski. This is the day. That day is right now. Yes, that day is right now. This is the day you stop smoking because you're worried your husband is going to leave you. This is the day you stop worrying about being fired and go register at the university. This is the day you stop drinking in your car during your lunch hour. And you quietly leave your hateful husband and the state without telling anyone. This is the day. Act now and change your life. Women of Courage says, let no man or woman tell you that you will never be a nurse. You are wasting your time and money. Besides, the job is too hard with bad hours. No hospital will ever hire you. That you will never be a judge. That you will never command a starship. Because these people don't know any better. They are speaking from the disaster they made of their lives. They believe you can't do any better with your life than they did with their life. In Women of Courage, you will learn when we work together, we win. In Women of Courage, you will learn if your dreams never came to anything, it's time to revive them. It's time to take a trip to Seattle. In Women of Courage, you will learn women have been called queens for a long time, but the kingdom given them is not worth ruling. Louisa May Alcott. In Women of Courage, you will learn that Betty Davis was born Ruth Elizabeth Davis. She became Betty Davis once she made up her mind that she was going to be a Hollywood star. This and more you can find out in the book of Women of Courage. Don't be discouraged. Yes, you can live a life you want to and be the person you want to. Be a goal-getter. Take this bold step to order and purchase these life-changing books so as to learn the detail of the struggles and limitations women faced before becoming the icons they are today. Then you can avoid mistakes too. I'm going to be honest with you here. There's only one inspirational book which has encouraged me not to be fearful as a woman, but to take a bold but little step to changing my low self-esteem and total life situation positively, so quickly and greatly. My little secret has been the books titled Women of Courage. This book has been so amazing and knowledge-packed. Before now, there hasn't really been a right, perfect time to do the right or perfect thing. Most often than not, I've continued to wait for the right time to have things done, but it always never comes. Not until I got hold of the books, Women of Courage. To gain knowledge and becoming a woman of purpose. Only then I was able to create the perfect and right time to grab every opportunity that confronted me. I created and took advantage of every opportunity where people saw as limitations. Thanks to the story of many courageous and determined women of history. Interesting, isn't it? The success story of many women who read the book convinced me. Here I am, more refined, courageous, and living the kind of life I have always hoped for. You too can become the woman of courage and purpose everyone would admire, just like me.
Anything that you want in this life can be obtained. You just need to believe. Believe in yourself. You are strong. You are beautiful. You are resilient. You are what we call the women of courage. And your time is now. There are no victims in this life. So I'm asking you, are you ready to make a change? Are you ready to fight for what you want? Are you ready to fight for your dreams? If you are, it starts now. This is the Women of Courage.
We live in a society that has created an impression that a woman is limited in what she can do. The society lets you see yourself as a weaker human who should not aspire to greater things. Most of us grew up with that mentality and thus turned out to be unambitious. Good news is there are a lot of women out there, just like you, who have turned their lives around dramatically. Women like Mother Teresa, Lucy Burns, and Rosa Parks. There's one underlying factor common to all these women: courage. They were courageous in the face of societal intimidation. They were courageous enough to move against societal norms that were unacceptable to them. They were courageous when it mattered, most thus writing their standards in the sands of time. Purchase the Women of Courage series today at http://touchedbythelight.us or mail a check to P.O. Box 7267, Ann Arbor, Michigan 48107. Are you sick and tired of being you? Do you want another life, a second chance? Then it's time to change. It's time for you to find out who you are. It's time for you to stand up for yourself. It's time for you to think for yourself. It's time to rid your mind of poisonous beliefs like women should only be seen and not heard. It's time for you to learn how other women accomplished their goals. For more information regarding women of courage and to be among the countless women learning to manage the challenges, limitations, and rejections of life, go to https://touchedbythelight.us.
If you have reached a point where you are stuck, having a sense of tiredness, coming from seeing all of your dreams and visions of success get obscured with the lack of experience, guidance, and knowledge necessary for success, learning from women of courage may be the most important thing you've read this year. Living a passionate life in a hectic and busy 21st century is getting increasingly harder. Women of Courage series will provide you with all the inspiration, courage, and role model you need to get inspired and take your life in your hands and start living as bravely, as passionate as you deserve. Most aspiring individuals end up missing a huge amount of opportunities due to the lack of training and tools that would allow you to overcome psychological barriers, limiting beliefs, fears, and lack of creativity that you could potentially face during your journey as a successful woman. This lack of proper guidance manifests itself in lowered performance and productivity and failure to unleash your full potential and show the world what you can truly do. If you lack the attitude and psychology, proper resources, or vision to make your dreams a reality, combined with dissatisfaction with the execution of your plans, but you remain firmly dedicated to making your ambitions a reality, you will certainly derive the most benefit from the incredible Women of Courage series. If you are serious about taking your life to a whole new level and enjoying the privileges of creativity, fearlessness, and success that all the brave women who have changed the world are equipped with, you are in the right place. Don't leave your future to chance. Get a new sense of strength, inspiration, and courage with Women of Courage series. You'll be so glad you did. Guaranteed. Achieve what you're after. We thank you for watching our struggle for survival. We hope this brief synopsis of women trying to become productive members of society by joining the workforce will inspire you to go further with your life. Remember, women and children make up the largest part of the most vulnerable people in society. Even with industrialization, globalization, and the new knowledge economy, women's position in society leaves much to be desired. The vast majority of women are still uneducated. Millions and millions of children are still living in poverty. Society has ensnared women into playing second fiddle. Society has taught women to settle for whatever life has to offer. Society says, stop dreaming, be practical. Happiness is an illusion, but it doesn't have to be that way. One can realize their dreams and be happy. Misty Danielle Copeland did not accept a letter telling her at age 13 she could never be a ballerina. In 2015, Miss Copeland became the first African-American woman to be promoted to principal ballerina in ABT's 75-year history. You can change the scenarios with you playing the starring role. Now is time for a change. Read Women of Courage and get inspired. The series Women of Courage seeks to tell the stories of strong women who have persevered, even when those threatened by a woman's strength have stood in the way. The series is for all women, to help more of us stand up and say, it's about time. Ask yourself this question: what can't women do? If you falter in answering the question, you need to read the series Women of Courage. Get your copy today at https://touchedbythelight.us.
We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Every now and then we must remind ourselves of those that have gone before us, lest we forget the ground we stand on was built by the lives of other courageous women. We wanted you to see the women that fought unimaginable battles while standing alone. We wanted you to see the paths blazed by women who gave their lives to be themselves. The only reason why women are able to attend university today is because women fought for this right yesterday. The only reason why there are female police officers today is because women fought for this right yesterday. Remember, women were left behind for centuries. Our intellect was dismissed. Women had to fight and fight and fight for recognition. Some women fought their entire lives. They risked it all. Millions and millions of women spent countless nights writing letters, making signs, petitioning the courts, walking picket lines, and being beaten by family members. These women were rebuked by their fathers and husbands and disciplined physically. Some spent nights in jail. Many were spat upon. Yet these women persevered. They did any and everything they could think to do just to be free to express themselves. Now we ask that you purchase the series Women of Courage on our website, touchedbythelight.us. This knowledge will enhance your life. A portion of the purchase price will go towards programs for women and children. We ask that you share this knowledge with your young children and encourage women to purchase the series. It's important that we never forget that women contributed equally to the success of mankind.
In the upcoming months, I am going to change our format significantly. This year we will exhaust 3 subjects: breast cancer in black women, voting, and the subjects for black men. Each of these ideas and subjects is essential for the black community. Our survival depends on the health of black women, our willingness to vote, no matter what, and the fortitude and determination of black males to develop. We might as well face it. The survival of any community depends on the mental and physical health of both the female and male. Children need both their father and mothers, and the community needs happy, substantial families to survive. No culture can survive without either. I want you to join me in our discussions. I want women to realize that the survival of their children is the only proof that they ever existed. Think about what I just said. Your children are the only proof that you ever existed on this earth. So when you are careless about your health and die before your time, the survival of your children is greatly reduced, because they will be placed in foster care where they can be abused mentally and physically. I want men to join in learning about breast cancer and try to save the lives of their mothers, sisters, aunts, cousins, and grandmothers. I want men to begin to listen to subjects that can greatly improve their lives. I am going to play certain speeches regarding the need to vote. There will be speeches of Obama, Stacey Abrams, and others. I am also going to discuss Shirley Chisholm, Constance Baker Motley. She is the first African American woman to ever become a federal judge. All in all, I hope you will enjoy the new format and be greatly encouraged in your life. Also, thank you for listening and growing with us. Our lessons are viewer supported. If you enjoy our lessons and they have been a help to you, please send the Women of Courage Show a donation. Any amount will help. $1 will help. Spread our message. You can also go to our website, touchedbythelight.us, and purchase the book, You Are the Prophet of Your Life. We support ourselves through book sales. The book is also on sale at the radio station WHPR 160 Victor Street in Highland Park, Michigan, right off of Woodward Avenue. If you do not have internet access, you can make a donation to us by mailing it to Post Office Box 7688, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan 48302. Your support will be greatly appreciated.
Need a publisher? Contact Touched by the Light Publishing Services today. We can help. We can help you write, publish, or promote your book. Get the best book publishing services available. Call 734-786-3233. Leave your contact information and we will get back to you. Or email us at yithril11@netzero.net. Get the best proofreading and adducing services, book cover and website development, book trailers, and more. Email us at yithril11@netzero.net to get started.
Join us at the Women of Courage Show every Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. and every Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. for information that will change your life. You can also visit us at our website, touchedbythelight.us, for more information. Thank you. If you do not like your life, then change it. Listen to us when we broadcast, and we can help you find a new way.